Namaskaram. Namaskaram, everyone. Sorry for the delay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah,
we can hear.
Okay, I will start now. Hopefully, we should be able to finish Kena Upaniṣad, the Vākya Bhāṣya today. Okay, so let me just go straight to the presentation. 1 second. Okay. I think it should be okay. Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, very good. So I just want to give a small idea of what happened so far a little bit. In the Vākya Bhāṣya of Śaṅkarācārya, Asmagurubhyo Namaha, Paramagurubhyo Namaha, Sarvagurubhyo Namaha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Namaha Parabrahmane Namaha, Shri Lakshmi Harivaram Parabrahmane Namaha, Sarvam Shri Krishna Namaste. We have to first do Namaskaram even to Śaṅkarācārya now, because this particular complication between Padabhashya and Shloka Bhashya is so difficult to understand. Only he can help us understand what truly happened in these Bhashyas. So here, what I have indicated here is just a summary of last class with a pictorial view. See, if you look at the sun in the middle, and this is the solar system. You see different planets in different orbits and in different ways, right? In each of these planets, you have a different part of the day. Now, one is maybe night, one part may be night, one part may be morning, evening. It could be anything in each of these planets, right? So these are all relative to the rotations of these planets. You see day and night. But at the center, the sun is always shining. Sun does not go through night or day, right? So this is the relative understanding which Śaṅkarācārya brings in very nicely, that Ajñāna, the phases of life, the Ajñāna, all these things occur to the individuals, not Brahman. So if you take sun as Īśvara, Īśvara does not go through any phases of Ajñāna, or dukkha, sukha. Only the individuals go through, and the individuals themselves, the whole thing is mithya anyway. Other than the Ātman, the rest is all mithya in the Advaita view. This kind of ideology is very well brought out in Vākya Bhāṣya. And interesting thing is, Sachidananda Saraswati Swami says, this has never been explained so clearly with all the details, the Īśvara-siddhi aspect of it, or how to determine what exactly is Īśvara in the Advaita Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, is not clearly explained even in the Upanishad or any other Upanishad in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya. So that's an interesting note here. So I think everything is okay here. Coming to the next slide, this is another just an analogy. I just use pictorial to just make it easy. On same earth itself, where it shines, it looks like, oh, everything like day. And if cloud cover is there, say this is dark here. So in some portions you can have darkness, some portion you can have light. So we can see a person sitting in a dark spot here can say, sun is covered up by clouds. Sun is not covered. It's earth which is being covered by snows. But relatively we speak, the sun is covered. So we attribute gunas to the sun, which is where the actual thing is, the covering is actually happening on the earth. So that is also a concept of reality, relative reality. This we need to understand. We ascribe gunas to the nirguna Ātman. From our perspective, that is also an error according to Śaṅkarācārya. This is another, just an indication of how, Śaṅkarācārya uses this famous example of day and night. So, just a summary, even bandha and moksha does not occur to Ātman. It is only for the Jivatma who thinks he is bound, who thinks he is released. So bandha moksha, everything occurs to the embodied self, who is embodied in the mind, ego, body complex. So when jnana comes, bheda buddhi is destroyed. Only to bheda buddhi, bondage and moksha are assumed. If there is no bheda, there is only one Ātman, and there can be no bondage or moksha. So even bondage and moksha are relatively real, but for Ātma there is no bondage, there is no moksha. He is Nitya Mukta Shuddha. And he is Sākṣī. He is Sākṣī, only the world exists. From his perspective, the universe does not exist. So even the Sākshitva is superimposed. From our perspective, truly he is not a Sākṣī. Sākṣī is due to Maya Sambandha, and not directly. Īśvara does not have Sākshitva without Maya. First of all, Īśvara, the word Īśvara comes only because Maya exists, right? So otherwise it's only Ātman, not Īśvara. Īśvara is controller. He controls something, and that is due to Maya. Hope so far everything is clear, right? We've repeated this many, many times. I'm sure you have this concept very well.
Yes, you are very clear. Yeah.
Good. So Swami says here that this such a long discussion on Īśvara-siddhi, we don't know why it is there. Just as thought he uses. In the third section, where they talk about this Yakṣa, the strange being, venerated being, coming in front of Indra, Agni, and all those devatas. So this section is what we're going to deal with. We already dealt with the first two sections already as just an overview here and there, right? That's what we did. I don't know if I had time to explain the Pratibodha Viditam in Śloka Bhāṣya, and I think I explained it. Śloka Bhāṣya and Pada Bhāṣya I have explained. Okay. In this Sachidananda Swami indicates a pretty nice difference between Śloka Bhāṣya and Pada Bhāṣya in this particular section. If you look at it, this large section here, there's an introduction, and what is the purpose of this Īśvara coming in front of the devatas like Indra and all, and insulting them to show that they should give up their Atmabhimana, right? That is the general idea. But in the Śloka Bhāṣya, some strong word usage is there, which according to Sachidananda Swami, it is not appropriate. So that's an interesting thought from the Swamiji. He says that in the Śloka Bhāṣya, the Śaṅkara Bhāṣya itself looked a little bit inappropriate. That's interesting. We will go through this section a little bit further. I'm just highlighting this particular highlighted Īśvara Nimitte Vijaye. So Samarthya Nimitto Asmakameva Vijayo. This particular thing I'm highlighting in the next PowerPoint slide. Īśvara Nimitte Vijaye. So Samarthya Nimitto Asmakameva Ayam Vijayo. Asmakameva Ayam Mahima. It Ātmanaha Jayadishreyo Nimittam Sarvatmanam Atmastham Sarvakalyana Spada Padam Īśvaram Eva Atmatvena abuddhva pindamatrabhimanaha santaha yam mithya pratyayam chakruhu tasya pindamatra vishyatvena mithya pratyayatvat sarvatma īśvara yathatmyava bodhena hatavyatakhyapanarthaha tadha esham ityadyakhyaikam amnayaha. Here, what Sachidananda Swami mentioned in the highlighted section here, so the thing is, the Vijaya or the victory is Īśvara's and not ours. But the Devatas thought that it is theirs, it is their own victory. And so Sarvatmastham, the one Atma in everything and most auspicious, Īśvara, he is that Atma. Abuddhva, not knowing that Īśvara, Pindamatra Abhimanaha. That means they thought that the Pinda is Sharira. They thought the Sharira itself is Atman. Santaha yam mithya pratyayam chakruhu, they had an error. Tasya pindamatra vishatvena. So thing is, there is no other Atman other than Sharira. This attitude they had, this misunderstanding they had. Mithya pratyayatvat sarvatma īśvara yathatmya avabodhena. So the thing is, they made a mistake in understanding the true Atman. This is what is said in the Shloka Bhāṣya. But it says, Agni, Vāyu, Indra are what Sachidananda Swami notes here is, look, Agni, Vāyu, Indra, who are exalted, who are great, they are not like human beings, right? They are Devatas. They are far ahead of us. How can they have Dehatma Brahma? Dehatma Brahma. Dehatma Brahma means Dehameva Atma iti manyantete. That means they think body itself is Atman. See, this is a Asuric tendency, right? Do you remember the story where Virochana, who is an Asura, supposed to be a relative of Prahlada, this Virochana. So this Virochana and Indra, they went to Chaturmukha Brahma and did a lot of penance and things like that to become their student, and they asked him about Brahma-vidyā. Then when they say, oh, you see in a mirror or see in a any flashes, any reflective surface, and whoever you see, that is Brahman. Then Virochana sees his own image on a well or something, on a water surface or something, and say, oh, I am Brahman. And he started taking care of the body, because the body is Brahman. So Virochana is an Asura who made a mistake thinking that body is Brahman. Even though initially Indra went away, at that time Indra went back and thought about it, say this body cannot be Brahman. It has all kinds of transformations, old age, disease, death, and everything like that. So this cannot be true. So that is the understanding of Indra. So in that particular situation, Indra is explained as a very superior person who does not have Dehatma Brahma, even before learning from Chaturmukha Brahma. So this seems inappropriate. The Pindamatra Abhimanaha, the sentence in Śaṅkara Bhāṣya, supposed to be the Shloka Bhāṣya, is a little too harsh on the Devatas. That is the note from Sachidanandendra Swami. Okay. So, in comparison, the Padabhashya is very, very non-committal. Tada Atmasamstasya Pratyagatmanaha Īśvarasya Sarvajñasya Sarvakriya Pala Samyojituho Praninam Sarvashaktehe Jagataha Sthitim Chikirshuho Ayam Jayo Mahima Cha Ajñānantaha. He says the Īśvara is the Shakti behind everything. They did not know that the victory belonged to this great Īśvara. Te devaha ikshanta ikshitavantaha Ajñādi Swarupa Parichannātmakritaha Asmakameva ayam vijayaha Asmakameva ayam mahima. So thing is, we are all parichinna. That is, that Atman is broken into Agni, Vāyu, Indra, and these kind of specific entities because of our body, mind, intellects. We thought that the victory belonged to us. Asmakameva ayam mahima. Agni, Vāyu, Indra, Adi Lakshanaha, Jayaphala Bhuto Asmabhiranubhuyate, Na Asmat Pratyagatma Bhuta Īśvara Kritaha. So actually, we think that these small entities or the experiencers of the spoils of the victory, or the power of the victory, or of the power of our positions. But we did not understand there is all the glory belongs to the Pratyagatma. So here, just a mistake is highlighted in Padabhashya. And one step too much is gone in the Vākya Bhāṣya, which Sachidananda Swami says it's an erroneous thing. There is some error here, because it could be, probably Śaṅkarācārya would not have done this at all, and maybe it is somebody else's work taken as Śaṅkara Bhāṣya. So this, lot of doubts will come up, right? Just he indicated it very nicely here. And small change here. Vākya Bhāṣya, in Vākya Bhāṣya, Indra is mentioned as Aditya. And in the Padabhashya, Indra is the Indra Devata himself. That may be a little bit of, it's okay. The reason is the word Indra, Aishwarye, the Indra or whatever that word, the word root, Prakriti Pratyaya, right? That word, the
Iti
Aishwarye or something is
Iti
what
Aishwarye.
the word is.
Iti Aishwarye.
Iti Aishwarye. That means, so Aditya has also Aishwarya, Indra has also Aishwarya. So it could, both could be, whether Indra is same as Aditya here in what is meant in the Upanishad, we don't know. In the Shloka Bhāṣya, both are indicated. That is, Indra is taken as Aditya. The other issue is, in the Shloka Bhāṣya, Umā is taken as not actually as Rudrapatni Umā. It says Striyamad here in the this is Vākya Bhāṣya. Tasminneva Striyam Atirupinim. He says at the same space, same time, beautiful lady Vidyam Ajagama. She is actually the embodiment of Vidya, right? Brahmanaha. So Brahma, that is Yakṣa, in the form of the Brahman, who is in the form of Yakṣa, disappeared. But at the same space, Vidya came. Vidya in the form of a beautiful lady. So the Vidya is Brahma-vidyā, right? Brahma-vidyā is just a feminine aspect of the knowledge of Brahman. So here it is taken in a very impersonal Brahman, Brahma-vidyā. Brahma-vidyā's form is the Sri Rupa. Original form of Brahma who disappeared is Yakṣa, the venerable being. So, Striyam Atirupinam Vidyam Ajagama. Abhipraya Udbodha Hetutvat Rupa Rudrapatni Umā Haimavatī Iva. So, how was this lady Vidya? She was just like the Rudrapatni, beautiful Haimavati, daughter of Himavan, and like Umā. So this Vidya was beautiful like Umā. Bahushobhamana Vidya Eva. So the thing is, Bahushobhamana. See here, I think he's trying to make a different note here. Virupopi Vidyavan Bahushobhate. So the thing is, even though a person who may be not beautiful, who may not be beautiful at all, they say that there was a person called Ashtavakra. Ashtavakra was had all 8 parts of his limbs were all bent, and he was ugly, and he was a great knowledgeable saint. He taught some information to Janaka or somebody. This is Ashtavakra Gita or something is there. There is a famous episode somewhere, right? So Virupopi Vidyavan Bahushobhate. Even though somebody is not good looking, if that person has great knowledge, he is venerated, right? See, you can even take the example of a king, I'm forgetting his name. Samvarga-vidyā. In Samvarga-vidyā, he is in what do you call? He's near the cart. He just sits near a cart. Samvarga-vidyā. I'm forgetting his name.
Janashruti, Swami. I just looked at it. Janashruti.
Janaka, and what is the other person's name?
Raikva and Janashruti.
Raikva, exactly. Raikva, exactly. So Raikva is supposed to be, sitting on the road near a cart, and he was sort of ugly looking with a lot of dirt and things like that. But this great king Janaka came and fell at his feet, and even gave his daughter to get married to this great sage, irrespective of whether he was looking good or bad, whatever that is. So the looks are not important. Knowledge is very important. That is the idea. The author of this Shloka Bhāṣya is saying here. So in this sense, he says, he wants to separate out beauty from knowledge. That's all here in this. And here Umā is taken as an analogy similar to Umā, not directly. Somehow this is slightly different. When I asked my friend Subramanian, how different is it? There's no difference. In initial, the first part of it, actually Śaṅkarācārya in Padabhāṣya says, she is Umā Haimavatī, and she is Rudra, because she is always with Rudra, who is Sarvajñā, who is Brahman himself. What do you call? She knows. And she started speaking. Here, for the same Umā, the Vidya form is given just as another epithet of Umā, that's all. And there is no difference according to my friend V. Subramanian. Okay. Next comes the interesting.
I have one doubt, Krishna.
Okay,
I
please
want
go
to
ahead.
ask
One second.
whether.
Just 1 second. I'm not able to hear you. Just 1 second. Let me.
Okay.
There's a problem here. 1 second. Just hold on. I have to change my. Volume settings here. Just let me change my. I cannot hear. Okay, go ahead.
Do the devatas have old age, young age, youth like that as we have? Devas?
No.
Oh, that's what I wanted to ask.
They have always their 25-year-old or something like that. Sada yuva. The only thing is, but the thing is, what they say is their body itself is not like a physical body. Their body with light or something, tejo sharira or something they say, right? And but they have limited time though, right? After detam bhuktva sargo lokam vishalam khine punya martyalokam vishati, they have to come back to martyaloka. While in swargaloka they can enjoy benefits of youth and young age, old age, shakti, gikti, and everything like that. There may be some differences there, we don't know, because even there, the asuras used to go to the swargaloka and beat them up badly, right? So having defeat, maybe even physical harm or something like that could occur there.
Thank you.
So in the Vākya Bhāṣya, that is the second one, Abruma pada is used in a different way. Let us look at this original Śaṅkara. Upanishadam bo bruhi tyukta te Upanishad Brahmim vāvate Upanishad abrumeti. See, the student in the Kena Upaniṣad asks the teacher, Upanishadam bo bruhi. Oh, teacher, tell me the Upanishad. After coming to the fourth chapter of Kena Upaniṣad, he is asking the question, tell me the Upanishad. Hey, I've been telling you the Upanishad for a long time. What are you talking about? That would be the idea in the Padabhāṣya. But here, Upanishadam bo bruhi yuktayam Upanishadi Shishyena uktaha ayaha. The Shishya asked, oh, tell me the Upanishad. Then Acharya said, Ukta kathita te tubhyam Upanishad Atmopasanam. So I told you about Upanishad. What is that Upanishad? It is Atmopasanam. Here, the reference is not to the first two sections where Brahman was said. it is the reference is towards the little bit Atmopasana, which was the immediate past. What is the immediate past? Can anyone say what is Atmopasana in Kena Upaniṣad? Do you remember two aspects of the Atmopasana said in the fourth section beginning, not third, fourth section beginning of Kena Upaniṣad? What is the Upasana said there? Can anyone let me know? Do you remember?
Not able to recall.
Anyone else? I just want to make sure you're all awake. Early morning here, India. So actually, Upasana comes in the last section because Umā explains to Indra Adhidaivata Adhyātma Upasana, right? Adhidaiva is giving the similarity of that Daiva. Daiva is lightning, like immediate lightning, like a split second lightning, or the ice blinking of the eye, right? So the thing is, these two examples were given in the Upanishad to explain Upasana and Brahman. Brahman cannot be the pure Brahman. You cannot do Upasana because Brahman is an object, not an object. But in this particular example, they gave the analogy of Yakṣa coming in, and not only that, you can do Upasana as Saguna Upasana. Brahman is Saguna. You can do Upasana on the Saguna. So how can you do Upasana on Saguna as a Adhidaivata or Adhyātma? Adhyātma was also explained. These two types of Upasana, two Upasanas were said in the Kena Upaniṣad. So if we can take that, look so far. So in this particular thing, Upanishad Brahmim Vāvate Upanishad Abruma is given. That is Adhuna Brahmim Vāvate Tubhyam. Here the word Brahmim is not taken as Brahman. Brahmim, Brahmanaha means Brahmana Jatehe. Upanishad Abruma Vakshama. Here the word Abruma is for future tense. We will see Uttate Upanishad. The Upanishad was already told to you. What kind of Upanishad was told? Upasana Rupa Upanishad. That is Upanishad of the Atmopasana was said. But now I am going to tell you the Brahmim Vāvate Upanishad Abruma. I will tell you the Brahmana Jati related Upanishad. Pakshatihi Brahmi Nokta. So earlier I did not tell you about Brahmana Jati Upanishad. Ukta Tvam Atma Upanishad. Ukta, even here there is a problem. Ukta Tvam Atma Upanishad. Atma related Upanishad was told. So we can take it roughly. This is okay. The reason is the first two sections of the Kena Upaniṣad was only Ātman. And the fourth sections were related to Saguna portions because Saguna aspect of it. So Atma Upasana was also said there. It is just a Atma Upanishad can be somehow accepted here. Here Upanishad Atma Upasanam is said here. Here it is Atma Upanishad is said. They can be taken as similar. Tasmat na bhuta abhiprayo abruma ityayam shabdaha. So the Upanishad Abruma in Bhāṣya is taken as past tense. I have already told is what was said in the Bhāṣya. Here in the Vākya Bhāṣya, I am always confusing Shloka Bhāṣya. I should never say it's Vākya Bhāṣya. The Vākya Bhāṣya, he disagrees, saying that it is not past tense. Abruma means I am going to tell you in the future. So the same word Abruma is understood as past tense and future tense. That is sort of surprising. Can that happen? I don't know the Sanskrit details. I tried to find out what is the recension of Abruma Pada. See, Bhavati, Bhavata, Bhavanti, if we to say about simple words, we can easily find the recension in Sanskrit. Bhavati, bhavata, bhavanti, abhavat, abhavatam, abhavanne. So in the past you say abhavat, abhavatam, abhavanne. So that I found out, but this Abruma pada, I did not understand how it can be used both in past tense and future tense. Okay. Shabdaha tasman, that is done. Vakshati. Now you, wait a minute. What did I do? Oh, Padabhashya is here. Okay, I forgot to tell you the Padabhashya, which I should have told you, but it's okay. We'll come back to Padabhashya here. Upanishad bro bruhi te yukta te Upanishad brahmim vavate Upanishad abrumeti. Here, look at how it is done. Upanishadam rahasyam yat chintyam bho bhagavan bruhi iti. Upanishadam bho bruhi. That is the Shishya, the student asking. Eva muktavati shishye acharya. So to him, Acharya says, Ukta abhita te tava Upanishad. I already told you the Upanishad. Ka punaha sa ityaha. What is that? Brahmim. So Brahmanaha Paramatmanaha yam Brahmitam. So this Brahmi Upanishad is that related to Parabrahman, Paramatma, that related to Paramatma. It was already told. Vavate Upanishad Abrumeti. Vava is to emphasize. Hey, I told you. Hey, that kind of emphasis, the Vava word is used. Paramatma Viśiṣṭādvaita Advaita Vijñānasya Vava eva te Upanishad Abruma iti uktameva Paramatma Viśayam Upanishad Abruma it avadharayati uttarartham. This whole thing, Abruma, refers to the past. Atita Vijñānasya. But it was already told. And this Abruma refers to, I have already told you, the Upanishad related to Brahman. Upanishad Brahmim Vavate Upanishad Abrumeti. Uktate Upanishad is once. That is, I already told you. What did I tell you? Brahmanaha Paramatma Vishaya Upanishad. Abruma means I told. Here Abruma is used as past tense. As I told you in the shloka, in the Vākya Bhāṣya, it is used as present. It is I'm going to tell you in the future. Abruma, Brahmim Nokta, the Brahmana Jati related verse was not told to you. Ukta Tvam Upanishad, what was said earlier was related to Brahman and Brahmopasana. Tasma na bhuta viprayo abruma ityayam shaddaha. So it is not the past tense which is indicated by the word abruma. It is hard to believe the same Acharya will contradict himself. Or he has to clarify, say, look, in the Vākya Padabhashya I told this, in Vākya Bhāṣya both are right, but there is a difference. You could have explained this, right? There is no explanation found. And this is sort of an interesting catch. Sachidananda Swami does it. So here ends the preparation for me, because the rest of the Upanishad, I did not see any difference. The Tasya Hitapoda Mahashapa, all this Brahmana Jati related is, there is some kind of rigor in terms of, there are the duties of Brahmana, Vaishya, Kshatriyas are all explained in the Bhagavad Gita by Lord Krishna himself. Shamo damas tapas chaucham Brahmar karma swabhavajam, it says. So Shamadama tapas and all the Brahmana karmas are there. Naturally, Kshatriya should do all the other things. Whatever this, there is some kind of an explanation given in Bhagavad Gita. Similar idea is presented in this Bhāṣya. So just an interesting note. With this, I would say, I couldn't understand what is this.
Could there be any purpose behind this contradiction between the Padabhashya and Vākya Bhāṣya?
No idea. I don't know. I have sent this note to Subramanian sir and many other people I know. I sent it to even Sugatur Ramanuja.org and couple of my gurus, and I asked them if they can find out. See, the best person who would answer this would be like somebody like Manidravit Shastri. Okay, we don't know. We don't know what the answer is, and if V. Subramanian Swami can go talk to him and get information, we can find out. I asked some of my own teachers who know they're very good in all these subjects. Okay. But however, the Advaita view can be better explained only by an Advaitin like Manidravit Shastri. So with this, we stop the. Hello? I cannot hear you.
Yeah,
Okay.
is it okay?
Okay, why don't I do one thing? I will leave it for any questions and answers for today. Otherwise, we have completed the Śaṅkara Bhāṣya on Kena Upaniṣad as of now. 23 lectures we have completed. Thanks for giving me this opportunity. I studied this in depth only this time. I vaguely studied here and there, Kena Upaniṣad here and there, just a little bit I had studied, but not to this level of depth. Thank you very much for giving me the opportunity to learn.
In the first section, the student goes to the teacher to ask him about how the mind works and what propels the mind and all those things. And then in the second verse itself, the teacher gives him the answer about what Brahman is, the best he could. And then by section 2, the starting point, they start discussing about it is not an intellectual knowledge and all those things, and it is not something to be known and all those things. So based on that, it does seem like the teacher is trying to say that the teaching of Brahman was already given to you, but it is not to be known as an object.
True.
So Pada Bhāṣya seems to, when Pada Bhāṣya, when it says that the teaching was already given, it is much more closer to this this idea of first and second sections. But Vākya Bhāṣya doesn't seem to do justice to that.
It's a little bit. See, the thing is, to be honest with you, right? This is just my first reading of these two Bhāṣyas. So I really need to get a higher level person to explain to me what exactly the difference. And I think this research has not been done even according to V. Subramanian, my good friend, who is in touch with Bharati Tirtha Swami and Vidyashekara Swami of Sringeri, and as well as Manidravit Shastri. He says that this kind of research hasn't been done by many people. If they have done, they would, maybe there are, I'm sure hundreds of scholars are there in Advaita. They would have done it and they would have written somewhere and nobody knows where they put it, right? So unless I know from these teachers, I cannot answer this question to you because it's hard. Even Sachidananda Swami initially sort of devalues the second Bhāṣya, the Vākya Bhāṣya. And he says, no, Narayana Pandita, a great scholar from Kerala, upholds Pada Vākya Bhāṣya, both as sort of equal and of equal importance. So we don't know. Even those acharyas may not know very clearly. Even Sachidananda Swami is very clear. He says, I don't know much, but the thing is that I see this marked differences between these two Bhāṣyas. That's all he says.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
one
Only
more
in
thing,
this
but-
context, only in this context
Yeah.
where they talk about whether the teaching was given or whether it will be given. I mentioned that.
Yeah, see, the thing, if you take this upasana as the main thing, like second Vākya Bhāṣya is fine. I have told you about the upasana. So the thing is, the first thing is about Brahman-vidyā, right? And that is object, not an object at all. Brahman is not an object. So upasana comes only for a Saguna Brahman who are unable to. So this is very valid in the Advaita tradition. Who are unable to directly intuit the Nirguna Brahman. They have to go through Saguna Upasana. So with kindness, the Saguna Upasana is being given to the ignorant people who are unable to directly intuit and experience Nirguna Brahman. So so Uktate Upanishad, if you take the Vākya Bhāṣya, yeah, I've told you the Upasana on Ātman, Brahman, and now I'm going to tell you Brahmana Jati related Upasana. So Brahmana Jati people, how should they do Upasana? That's what I'm telling you. So I don't think there is not, you see, you can't find a powerful difference between these two. Both are justifiable. So Upanishad, Atma means you can say Atma cha Upasanam cha in a way. That means Atma was also explained, Upasana was also explained. We can take it and Uktate Atma Upanishad, that is Atma Upanishad. That is the nature of Ātman and Upasana on Ātman. We can say take both. And now Brahmana Jatiya, here the Brahmano, Brahma Haimavatī Upanishad becomes Brahmana Jati Upanishad. Then it's whatever it is, why nobody has met this guy, the teacher and the student who doesn't even have a name in Kena Upaniṣad. There is no name for the teacher. There is no name for the student. Maybe it is inside some kind of an Aranyaka, right? And there the name of the teacher student may be presented. I don't know the Kena Upaniṣad, teacher student names at all. Interesting, whatever we have done, right? I'm very happy that we were able to discuss many aspects of Kena Upaniṣad so far as Śaṅkara Bhāṣya is concerned. We have now roughly the understanding of different parts of the Kena Upaniṣad. The 4 sections are pretty visible to us. We understand. Now we have to see Ramanuja.org, which is very different. I might bring in Kora Narayana Swami Upanishad, the Vyakhana also in my next class. So we look forward to it. And is there any other question related to Śaṅkara Bhāṣya? You can find if you have any questions, you can post it on the group. If not, we can stop. So I'll wait for a few minutes. Any other question? By the way, was this useful? Kena Upaniṣad, all the stuff we have studied, as you know, I'm just a student and I'm trying to learn. I might have done some mistakes here and there. So I'm very honest about it. So it's just that we're all studying together. There's nothing more. I know that some of you know better Sanskrit than me.
It was very useful.
Very good.
Just by reading it would have been not so clear, but these lectures are very useful to understand them clearly. And the questions also coming in between, those make it more beneficial.
Definitely. Even for me, if somebody asks questions, I go back and think about it, right? And I ask some friends of mine or some teachers of mine. It will be very valuable for us. And one more thing is, Kena Upaniṣad was never addressed by the Brahma-sutrakara. That means not the Brahma-sutrakara. I should say, just a second. I'm just going to end this, stop sharing because it bothers me. So, Kena Upaniṣad, the Acharyas have not referred to Kena Upaniṣad in the Brahma Sutra Bhāṣyas. I don't know about Madhu Bhāṣya. Most people say Kena Upaniṣad was never, Vākya was not taken from Kena Upaniṣad. That's something interesting.
This is so direct. This
That's
Upanishad is
Ramanuja,
so
you read thought-provoking.
this Upanishad is so direct about Brahma-vidyā. It doesn't even talk about anything. It directly addresses it.
True.
And
See, one more thing.
very powerful.
One more thing. After thinking a lot, I think I have made a mistake. I should not have taken Kena Upaniṣad first. Honestly, by looking at the Vyasa's recommendation and even my grandfather's recommendation, Īśvara Upanishad should be first taught and learned very well. Then only we should take up Kena Upaniṣad. Okay, so I messed up the order because I had just finished Īśvara Upanishad in the Hindu University of America. And I'm not learning anymore. I want to learn something new. So with selfish interest, I gave priority to Kena Upaniṣad. Actually, I should not have.
That you said before.
Definitely.
That you said before taking Kena Upaniṣad. This one you said,
Yeah.
I remember. Īśvara is already
exactly.
taught.
See what we will do. What we will do, we will finish the Ramanuja Bhāṣya and Madhu Bhāṣya for Kena Upaniṣad and then come back to Īśvara Upanishad and start from there. The reason is only when you do Isha Kena, the kata will become powerful. Kata is very important. Unfortunately, I'm unable to take kata right away because I remember a deep study of Īśvara Upanishad is absolutely essential. And that gives the powerful positioning of Śaṅkarācārya's view, Vedanta Deshika's view on Īśvara Upanishad. See, our system in the Viśiṣṭādvaita system does not have very commentaries directly from Ramanuja.org. So that too, Vedanta Deshika did not write more than one Upanishad. So we have some advantage there to just go into one powerful writer like Vedanta Deshika, who is held in high esteem, higher esteem than even Rangamanuja Swami. And even Rangamanuja says, I just follow Vedanta Deshika's views, right? So it will be nice to look at Īśvara Upanishad. That will give a little bit a more complete view of the Viśiṣṭādvaita view. Later on, we will see how it works, because honestly, it is very hard for a later Acharya like Rangamanuja or Kuru Narayana or anybody else to match the brilliance of Ramanujacharya or Vedanta Deshika. So the rest of the Bhāṣyas, unfortunately, come with a problem in Viśiṣṭādvaita, right? That means we don't have that celebrated Acharya's views anymore, and it is hidden. Rangaramanujacharya did not invent anything. He looked at the Ramanujaacharya's own explanation in the Sri Bhāṣya and Vedanta Sara, Vedanta Deepa and all. He has taken the direct words of Ramanujacharya and explained his Upanishad Bhāṣya. In that sense, Rangaramanujacharya does not claim that he is originally writing these. Even Vedanta Deshika says, I am directly taking it from Ramanuja Bhāṣya, right? So, but still, there is no reference to Kena Upaniṣad in the Ramanuja Bhāṣya. So how can you explain and understand Kena Upaniṣad independently? It's hard work. So Rangamanuja Acharya has done a thorough assessment to figure out what would be in the mind of Ramanuja Acharya when you explain Kena Upaniṣad. So it's hard. So let's take it. Let's see what happens.
Just one question, Swami. In Advaita, there is a hierarchy to the Prasthānatrayī text, right? They consider Upanishad as the highest, and the rest of the other two texts as not as high as Upanishad. Am I saying that correctly?
Yeah, true.
Is the view similar in Sri Vaishnavas as well? I have heard KSV Swami saying that is not accepted in Sri Vaishnava.
It's not accepted in the Sri Vaishnava view. What they say is there is no three prasthanas. Everything is only one prasthana. So there is no difference between Gita, Upanishads and Brahma Sutras. They are all one prasthana. Otherwise, you cannot inter-refer to each other. See, in the Advaita tradition, what happened is they separated it into Shruti Smriti. Shruti is directly revealed. That is coming from the Vedas. Only Upanishad is Shruti. The Brahma Sutras and Gita is later created, right? Later written by Vyasa and Vyasa mainly, right? And Badarayana, Vyasa. So they are all Rishi Prokta. Mahabharata is what was written by Vyasa. And there you find Bhagavad Gita. Even though Lord Krishna says it is Krishna's words as told by Vyasa in the Mahabharata. See, in fact, there's a very powerful problem here. Because did really Krishna spend 3.5 hours, 4 hours, or 5 hours talking about Gita on the battlefield when all the other great warriors were just staring at each other? Is it possible? Or was the instruction of Lord Krishna to Arjuna in a mental way? What is it? He just mentally, like how Dakshinamurti, without even speaking, instructed the sages, like Sanaka, Sanandana.
Intuitively he must have.
Intuitively. Jnana transformation, like a Diksha, Jnana transformation. Did it happen in that way? Like Krishna directly transferred that Jnana to this Arjuna. That may be possible. And what Vyasa wrote because Vyasa is Sarvajña Murti, Vyasaya Vishnu Rupaya. So Vyasa remembered. So Vyasa has the Vyasa has the intuition, knowledge due to Yoga Shakti, and he understood what happened between Arjuna and Krishna's Samvada, and then he talked about it, right? So in his own words, he wrote Mahabharata and Gita. So these are all some real questions which occur, but Viśiṣṭādvaita view says Krishna's words are Sakshat Krishna's words. Sakshat Padmanabha Mukha Padma Vinisrita. So thinking that is the words of Lord Narayana only, and according to Madhvacharya also is pretty much similar. And then there is no, I don't know about this Prasthānatrayī difference in the Madhva Bhāṣya. Please, I don't take my word on the Madhva Bhāṣya side of it. But in the Viśiṣṭādvaitam, all three are the same Prasthāna.
It puts us it's a very difficult thing to understand, because of course we also accept Shruti as Apaurishaya, but the Smriti text is not Apaurishaya, right?
No, you got to understand. See, Apaurishaya cannot be understood unless you have gone to the meditational level of the Rishi. Just because Vishwamitra said Gayatri Mantra, if I say the same Gayatri Mantra, can I understand Gayatri Mantra to the level of Vishwamitra? See, the Rishi, the Veda Vakyas are not directly understandable. Just because Bhuhu Bhuha Swaha, we say we go to the level of Bhuhu Bhuha Swaha, that is 7 Vyahritis of Pranava in Gayatri. Do I go to that level? Do I realize the 7 levels unless I am a yogi? So don't take the words of Vedas as it is. So that is why even the great Acharya say, Itihasa Puranabhyam Vedam Sam Upabrahmayet. Using the words of the Rishis, Itihasa and Puranas are the words of the Rishis. You understand Vedas in the light of their knowledge, like Rishi Parashara or somebody, you cannot directly understand. Again, come back and think. Understanding is only textual. Then comes Manana, then Nididhyasana. Only then you understand it. We are struggling to understand this, just a textbook. So different views, that's all. Śaṅkarācārya comes from a different perspective. And Ramanuja.org says these are all one prasthana because they are directly linked. So Ramanuja.org says, I will give absolute priority to the way Krishna has said in the words. So I try to be textually very, very careful about what Krishna says. And the Sampradaya for Gita Bhāṣya is very powerful, right? So the thing is, you have to just take the view as it is. I'm not supporting any particular Acharya here. There are 3 different perspectives based on, that's what we get. We are human beings here. We spend more time on material things than any spiritual stuff. Everything is a part-time love for us. It's not full-time love, part-time philosophy. So we only can understand a little bit. So we just have to accept 3 different views. You want to believe in your own view? Believe. I'm only saying, I'm justifying what Śaṅkarācārya did. He came at the time of Buddhism and things like that, and he had a different approach. Ramanuja.org had a different approach, and Madhvacharya had a different approach. So let us take it that way. Don't worry about it. Don't make decisions unless you are a jnani.
Just one thought on the earlier thing about Kena Upaniṣad, starting Kena Upaniṣad. Even Narasimhan Swami started with Kena Upaniṣad first.
Oh, really? No, he told me, Narasimhan Swami, I talked to him. He told me, why are you doing in a different way? I asked him, Chandogya brother, was something he wants to take Kata Upanishad. He had a different idea. See, from chronology, how you say which came first is different. The chronology is different because if you take the Isha Kena Kada Prashna Munda Manduketi Tiri, this kind of a thing is only in the textual. Vyasa or somebody wrote, some Acharya wrote, and said this is how we should study. But he is taking as a chronological, when did the Upanishads were realized, or from the modern timing, when did we get these Upanishads? If you go to Google and check, did Isha came first or Chandogya came first? They will have some kind of timing there chronologically, and I think Narasimhan is referring to that timing and taking in that method of understanding.
Yes, and he also requested all of us to buy the books from Melkote, this one. So we had bought all the books from Melkote.
Very nice. I did that too. Very nice. Yeah. Anyway, if there are no other questions, we'll stop here. Asmat Gurupyo Maha, Asmat Parama Gurupyo Maha, Asmat Sarva Gurupyo Maha, Shri Krishna Parabrahmane, Maha Shri Lakshmi Nrsimha Parabrahmane, Maha Shri Lakshmi Haimavatī Parabrahmane, Maha Sarvam Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. We'll take up Vākya Bhāṣya next on Kena. Namaskar.
Namaskaram.